Good morning, good morning, good morning, Stampers. Welcome to day 4 of my In Bloom daily Facebook Live features. So we are going to continue on creating using the In Bloom bundle from the January to June mini catalog. And today we're creating a very quick and simple card. It's great. It's a great one that you can make some slight alterations to and create a very different looking card depending on the product that you use, how you position the papers and the embellishments. I'm going to recreate a different version, and then I've got 2 other cards to share with you using the same kind of idea. Now, just a reminder, if you place a $60 order with me until the end of the month using this host code, I will send you the kits to create all 5 of those. I cut an extra batch of them yesterday, so I've got a few on hand. They can be popped in the mail today. I plan on going to the post office to mail a couple. So those are available to you. All right, and I will share the 3 projects that I've created already this week at the end of the video so that you can see them all. But let's go ahead and get started. All right, I've got my favorite, a thick white card base. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We've got Kim and Joy and Karen and Christine and Mary Liz and Denise. Welcome everyone, happy Thursday. I had to think about that for a minute. All right, so simple thick white card base to begin with. I've got a 1 7/8 of an inch, 5.5 inch piece of the In Bloom DSP, which is the Celebration DSP. I'm trying to figure out, I want to make sure I give you the right measurements here. Okay, yes, 1 7/8 by 5 1/8. I have a 1/2 inch strip of navy, so I'm going to attach that behind the strip. Good morning, Alice. Good morning, Kim. Happy Thursday to you too. Okay, so this is going to go behind here. So today's Facebook Live is going to be very quick. We've got a busy, busy day ahead of us, an exciting day. All right, so we've got that strip there just to give a little bit of contrast. I love the navy blue in this. And then I've pulled out a piece of Rococo Rose scallop trim ribbon. Now this ribbon is from the annual catalog and it comes in all 5 of the in colors that are retiring this year. So this is what they look like. So we know that these colors are retiring coming up really soon. So these will be available while supplies last. So if you have any of these colors and you love this ribbon as much as I do, you'll definitely want to pick up some of this if you don't already have some. I love it. I love using it the way I'm going to use it today, where you just have the scallop border peeking out. So just like this. I just love this look. So yeah, you could recreate a similar look. It wouldn't be quite the same, but using a scallop border punch or a scallop border die, you could definitely recreate that scalloped look. But this just gives additional texture, and it's just so fine and elegant. I just love it. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down. So this is the Rococo Rose. There's actually 2 colors from the In colors that will coordinate with this DSP. So the blue in here is Seaside Spray. So both the Rococo Rose and the Seaside Spray will work. All right, we'll put a little bit more adhesive on here, and I'm going to use some mini glue dots on the ribbon just to make sure that it adheres. We'll put 3 of them on here. It's much easier than trying to get my seal to roll onto the ribbon. You can also use tear and tape as well. All right, so this is going to go across the bottom. So this is where you can get a very different look by simply changing the position of this little piece right here. So I could have it going down like this, I could have it going like this, I could have it going across, I could have it going down the center. So just by making that slight alteration, you can have a card that looks very, very different. Okay, now we are going to do, let's do our stamping. So I've gone ahead and I've pre-cut from white cardstock the label shape from the dies. So it's got this really pretty shaped label. So I've gone ahead and cut that. I'm going to stamp the greeting that says, "You mean so much to me," with Night of Navy ink. And this is the greeting from the In Bloom stamp set. And I'm going to stamp it a little closer to the left-hand side. Let's make sure this is straight. Okay, and then I'm going to take the "Happy Birthday, You Really Are the Best," and I'm going to stamp on the inside. All right. Okay, so that's all the stamping that we're going to do. Now we need to do some die cutting because we got to pretty this card up. All right, so I've got a piece of Rococo Rose scrap and a piece of Night of Navy scrap. Let's pull in the dies, and I'm going to do this big one. We're going to do this one. We're going to do these three on here, and then I want some leaves. So I'm going to, instead of pulling in some green, I'm going to stick with the colors that are in the patterned paper. So I'm going to do Night of Navy leaves. So we're going to use the thin leaves today. I think that's, oh, and I need a center for my flower. We'll do that one. Okay, let's bring in my little mini machine here. Good morning, Leanne. All right, we'll give these a quick pass through. So what does everybody have planned for today? Anything fun? Okay. And then all of these little guys. Good morning, Kevin. Okay, now we've got all of our pieces. We can go ahead and start to assemble. So these little flowers are going to go in the center, or in the center, on the inside. Oh, Kim is making swaps and designing cards and a page layout. That sounds like fun. Mary Liz is getting groceries and making a card for Andrew. Leanne is making cards. Oh, Alice is folding laundry. Oh, and making cards, so that's good. That kind of balances it out, right? Oh, Kevin, vacuuming, laundry, dusting, washing. Oh, you got to fix some crafting time in there. That can be your reward for doing all that stuff. And Kim is making and mailing some cards. Well, it sounds like lots of people are getting crafty today. That's awesome. Okay, so we've got our greeting here. We are going to stick this down. Let's use some dimensionals. Oh, I'm still using up scraps here. I've got some printing on the back, but that's okay. Nothing goes to waste in my craft room. All right. And then we'll use our bone folder, add some dimension to this flower. And these two. And this guy. And this one. Okay. All right. We're going to use just a tiny dot of blue in the center here so that we can put this guy in the center. I love these two colors together, Rococo Rose and Night of Navy. So pretty. Okay, we're going to use a piece of dimensional just kind of right here. And this is going to go on like this. And then our leaves are going to get tucked under. So now I just want to figure out what position. Do I want them there? Do I want them here? Or do I want them here? I think I want them here. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So let's add, we're going to adhere them together first. And then I'll add a little bit of adhesive to the back and we will just tuck them under here. And then scooch them up a little. Okay, there we go. Now to add a little bit of bling, I'm going to pull in the elegant faceted gems that I've been working with all week. I've been using these on almost every project this week that I've shared. So when I do these daily Facebook Lives every month, I'm going to try to stick with the same collection of products so that if you guys want to craft along with me, you know what you can pull out and kind of keep handy. All right. There we go. So there's the outside of the card. And then for the inside, we're going to add some of these little extra things that we cut. Let's do a little bit more than this. Well, Christine's going to visit her daughter and her foster cat. How long has she been fostering her? I'd be so afraid that I'd get connected to the animals and not want them to go. I don't know. I think that would be tough. All right. So we're just going to add just a little bit more color in here on the inside, and of course we got to do odd numbers, right? So we've got 4 flowers right now. We're going to add that 5th one in there, and then you can see that I've got one little dot left, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to add that. So let me share. I shared this earlier this week. I keep a Ziploc baggie in the front of my stamp sets. Anything extra goes in this little Ziploc baggie, whether it's a stamped image, any extra die cuts, anything, it goes in there. And then if I need a quick and easy card, sometimes I can just go into that little baggie and I can use stuff that's already done for me and create something. And there we go. We got a super quick and easy card. We haven't done anything with the envelope. Let's see. Maybe we will use some stamps for the envelope. Let's see. Let's use this guy. This guy, we'll do some leaves. And we need a flower center. Let's use This guy is the flower center. Okay, let me grab some blocks. And we need Rococo Rose. I have Night of Navy. And my Stampin' Pierce mat. Okay. Now, I don't know that I've actually used this stamp yet. I can't remember. So here's a little trick for you guys. If you have solid photopolymer stamps and that you haven't used, like a brand new stamp set, photopolymer, and it's a solid image like this. So not necessarily an outline image. Outline images and greetings tend to be okay unless they're really thick and bold. But when you get it, if you have a white eraser and just run the eraser over top, there's a film that's left on top of photopolymer stamps, and sometimes they don't adhere. If that film isn't removed, they don't adhere, the ink doesn't adhere to them properly. So that's a little trick for you. And then clean your stamp, and then you're good to go. And you should get a nice, clean, crisp image when you ink your stamp. All right. You can also, I've also heard that if you stamp it in Versamark and then clean it, that works as well. But I find Versamark makes it sticky, and sometimes just the simple chamois doesn't always get that stickiness off. Okay, so let's grab a scrap here. All right, I'll just add a couple on there, and then I'm going to do blue leaves since that's what we did on the card and that's what's on the pattern paper, and I'll do a blue flower center just to repeat what we did on the outside. Good morning, Gail. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Susan. And let's see, let's add a leaf there. I got something on my stamp here. Let's clean this, see if I can get that little mark off. I was doing some splattering for a video for the treasure chest yesterday, and you should see I was splattering white shimmer paint. So I've got this sparkly little swipes all over my mat. I've got white splatters all over my mat. I've got white splatters all over the stand for my phone for when I do videos. Oh my gosh, it's everywhere. And I thought I had protected my surface, but I guess not. Not well enough. Okay, let's do one here. And yeah, we'll do another one right there. There we go. I got something on these stamps that I have to see if I can get those off. All right, so now we've got our match. You know what? No, it's good. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take, I just feel like it needs something else. So I'm going to take these cute little dots. These are meant to be a flower center. And we are going to just add a smattering around. There we go. It just needed a little extra something. Okay, so let's move this stuff out of the way, and then I will pull the card back in and share a couple alternates. All right, so this is the card that we created today. And then open it up, and that's what you get. Now you could do it. So this is landscape. You could also do it portrait. So here and then inside. You could also replace the die cuts with stamped images and then fussy cut them. So these two cards are exactly the same, except I replaced the die cut with stamped images. The other thing that you could do is, like I said at the beginning, this one is lined up at the bottom. This one I left a little bit of an edge, a white edge showing there. You can also take this piece and put it down the middle. And I'm working on a card right now. It's not quite finished. I didn't have enough time. This is using some new product that's available next week. So I did the panel down the center, and then my focal points kind of going up the center. So then I plan on putting a greeting across and then adding some little embellishments. So that's another way that you can use that. And you're basically starting off with the same things. You're just changing up the positioning. Like I said at the beginning, you can take this piece and instead of going horizontal this way, you could do it horizontal going this way, and it would just be a little bit shorter, and then have your collection or your cluster kind of right up above towards the middle of the card. So there's so many different options with this card layout. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me pull in the other projects that we've made this week in case this is the first time that you're tuning in. I'm just making some room here. Okay, we'll move that guy out of the way. So this was today's, and then this was yesterday's. And I'll pull in the envelopes so that you can see the matching envelopes. I've been really good at keeping up with decorating the inside and the envelopes. And then this was Tuesday's, right here. And then this was Monday's. So this was a little home decor kind of piece that you can add a photo to, or a favorite quote, Bible verse, anything you want. There we go. So those are the projects so far. I've got one more to share with you tomorrow. And if you are a VIP member, today's tutorial uses this bundle as well. So you'll see that. I've posted it already, so some of you may have already seen it. All right, so thanks so much for watching. Remember that if you are falling in love with this bundle and would like to place an order of $60 or more using this host code, I will send you all of the pre-cut pieces to create all 5 of the projects, as well as a link to all the videos, photos, and measurements. All right, and you don't have to necessarily order this bundle. If there's something else that you'd prefer to order, that's fine too. All right, thanks so much. Thanks, Christine. I'm super excited. I can't wait to go back and have a closer look at the house. Everything seemed to happen so quickly, so we're super excited about the inspection today. Fingers crossed everything goes well. Okay, take care. Have a lovely day.